time. I was in Emeryville, which is kind of between South Berkeley and the lower bottoms of West Oakland, and this place I probably recommend. But, you know, we got singled out by a group of 10 kids that was wearing some brand new Nikes, some Coach Light Nikes that I thought I was on top of the world. 16, dad let me borrow his car. But anyway, I got jumped, got stomped out, and it was after the aftermath of that really was the emotional impetus for this, where, you know, I was walking around school, it was like kids would come up to me like, you got fucked up, like, and just like laughing at me. It's just like, what's going on? And the specific moment that I always go back to is the time I remember my older brother looking directly in the eyes and saying, it's okay, trying to console me, you're a man now. And it was like that moment that was deeply, like, it made me proud, but it was also deeply saddening in the sense that now, like, looking back, it's like, why is the idea of masculinity always associated with violence? And why were we always raised to have this, like, little social construct of a box of, like, this is what it means to be a man? You know, you gotta man up. It's not like just take the beating and walk away. It's you gotta go, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and you can only feel anger. And this is how you talk about girls. This is how you treat girls. So all these ideas for me, I mean, I think all trickle down into the cycle of violence, gun violence, you know, the intertwining of cycle of violence with the intertwining of cycle of poverty. So it kind of spiraled there, but that's where the theme kind of started.
So then when you were initially developing this film, it was during your time at AFI, or did it come after that, or what was that?
Yeah, so I did the AFI thing, and I made a short film that came out that did really well. And while I was in post with that, you know, I was writing the script for about a year, and came out about the time my short premiered. I had the script ready to go, so it was like playing one. It's like, well, let's do it here. So that was a good idea.
Yeah. Actually, can you talk a little bit about that, about the strategy of how you got this film off the ground? Initially, a lot of people here are independent filmmakers, students coming up, trying to follow the same kind of path as you. So,
yeah, I was definitely aware that, and if I didn't, my short did really well, and if it didn't, I would have just kept making shorts until one did really well. So I don't stop. I just, you know, it worked out in that case. But I knew I had to have a script in the same tone. It's very important. I knew that if I went out and made like a romantic comedy, like a 12-minute romantic comedy, and they came to me with a script, they'd be like, what? Like, just get out. So it was in the same tone, and the crazy thing was, for me, it actually turned into this conversation of like, this is an amazing script. What a great sample. What do you want to do next? Like, what do you mean? You know, you're going on these meetings now because you got clout for a short film that you did. And it quickly became apparent, like, oh, I made a rated R coming-of-age story about people of color. There was no celebrity, so financiers can't get their money back immediately. So, but what I did do, because I had this sample and a short, was I was able to work doing rewrites and polishes to make money while I was waiting around to meet the right producers, to meet the right producers who were like, hey, just take out all the curse words and write a role for Miles Teller or Jaden Smith. It's like, this isn't that kind of story, like, no shade thrown to Miles Teller or Jaden Smith, but, you know, it wasn't part of the vision for this, so I keep waiting, and as soon as we met the producers, the right producers, and then took another, you know, year of financing together, and it takes a long time. I mean, I had this idea in 2009, and I had the script, the feature ready to go to pass around in 2000. I wrote it over the course of 2010, 2011, ready to go in 2012, and I shot it 2 years ago to this day.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
In all the films that you were writing while you were polishing and stuff like that, do you think that that experience helped you when it came time to make this one, in terms of just having honed your craft, having worked with stories and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think that it might have been a different movie if I just came out of the gate and made it. I think that, you know, the whatever 4 years in between, I might have grown up more. I don't think I would have said that then. Then during the process, you're just like, why can't I get this made? What's wrong? Hurry up. And now that it's over, I'm like, it probably helped that I was still, because I was still working in story and
Right.
still picking up whatever traits were, you know, they're like, well, this budget's too big, we need to cut 5 pages, whatever. And then when it came time to make this, I mean, I cut like 15 pages. I was like rewriting every day or changing day to night or whatever to make the production work. So it definitely helps, you know, flex those muscles, production muscles.
Yeah. When you were talking about waiting to meet the right producers while you were in that in between projects time, what did it take for you to actually meet the right producers, and what do you mean when you say the right producers?
So it was Animal Kingdom, and it was kind of just one of those things where, you know, I actually got signed off the script, but by a young guy at UTA, and he had started in the mailroom, and he happened to work in the mailroom with another indie producer in New York named David Kaplan, who had just made this movie called Short Term 12. So that's how I knew. Because I met, so David got the script and was like, I trusted his taste first and foremost, and then we could actually have a drink together at the bar, and that's another good test. But so, you know, actually then I saw Short Term 12 and was like, this is incredible, and the fact that the same people behind that were, you know, championing this, it made it, you know, easy. It was like, we want to do what you want to do.
So once you did get hooked up with the right producers, what did you have to do from that point? Was it just this magical, like, oh, David Kaplan, the astronaut, like, come save you? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
No, everyone's like, what the hell is this astronaut doing in this script?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, money. After it actually then turns into another big game of like weird independent film politics. So, you know, I met some creative team at AFI where like I had, you know, my cinematographer that did my short, and I really wanted to work with him. But as soon as, you know, still money comes into the picture, there's definitely like a dating period where they wanted me to meet, you know, every single cinematographer that had been in Sundance, even if the movie might not have been good. It was just like the EPs wanted that moniker of like, oh, okay, well, he's a first-time director, feature director, but we'll surround him with more experienced people, even though that's so abstract. So there was a weird period of that where you still have to kind of build confidence in the team surrounding you, that you know what you're doing, and like go through the meetings, and they help. But yeah, it worked out. Actually, the DP I wanted to use ended up having a kid and moved back to Denmark because there's a lot more benefits there for families. So that was why it's on him, and then I met Michael Reagan.
Okay, cool. So I guess now just talk a little bit about the film itself. Let's just go with what everybody wants to talk about, the astronaut. So that was actually one of the things that attracted me most to seeing this film. I was like, what? There's an astronaut? What is that? So just talk a little bit about where the astronaut came from and what he represents.
It just looks cool. No. I get asked this a lot, so I was started off with saying if it meant something to you personally and it affected you in some way, then keep that with you. Probably maybe a better answer, but this is where it came from for me. well, one is, I mean, it's very hip hop infused. I think subconsciously maybe I was like, had this vision because of whatever was in the zeitgeist of hip hop and there's like Pharrell's BBC's logos and the MTV Astronaut and Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor albums, like him floating in space. Some like weird embracing of space in hip hop, but I think it worked on, while writing it after like having this, I think this totally feels right idea. Visually, I think it has some semiotic way to it, where it's associated with innocence, imagination, dreams, especially for like the tropes of like boyhood storytelling of like what do you want to be when you grow up? An astronaut. Like there's still like some, you're not jaded yet. And it already speaks to masculinity, because why is that associated with young boys? Which is a whole other topic. But so it functioned on that level. Just like seeing an astronaut in public space to me was like very sad, or felt melancholy and ethereal. And Brandon's character feels like an outsider. But metaphorically, for me, it was a false guardian angel, in the sense that he represented Brandon's machismo, or what he thought it meant to be a man. So he's there for every major decision, and he stands up after he gets jumped. He's like manning up. You're like, oh, okay, maybe this is his protector. He's gonna be there for him. But Brandon starts to go down a darker and darker path. Like he's there when he picks up the gun. He's there when he goes into the house, and that's ultimately why I decided to kill him, the astronaut, is because we needed to kill the idea of what Brandon found it means to be a man, to actually like transcend. Which is hard to pitch in a meeting.
So that's what you just say. It's gonna look cool.
Yeah, and it looks cool.
It must have been expensive too, right? I mean, did they? How did you convince them to like,
Yeah, I mean, some people were like, you could cut this astronaut out and save X amount of dollars, and it'd be the same story. I'm like, but it's not the same effect, and it might have just, so I held my ground. But I actually had this really ridiculous plan going in, of like, he's gonna be like floating in zero gravity, and like we're gonna put him on rigs and have motion control and like all this stuff. And then it was like, nope. But it actually helped at the end of the day to ground it more. So when you stripped it all away, it was just like, we actually actively casted a ballerina. It's actually a woman. It's actually a ballerina. And we just decided to blew everyone's mind. Sorry, but yeah. So I just decided to shoot it practically, and we would have the ballerina move extra slow, and we would shoot at 48 frames when we needed to, and then dip into a subconscious. I mean, he was only on the rig once. I think when it comes down, twice. Yeah, we shot that same day. She was just dangling up there. I'm like, trust me, it's gonna work. drop. So, actually, most of the costume, or the wardrobe, went to the astronaut suit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, you keep hinting at this idea of masculinity that you wanted to address in the film, and I just want to give you an opportunity to really speak on that, because I think that's a conversation that's coming up a lot more for us, and especially in these machismo, like hood films. It's something that we don't used to not talk about. So, just what was your motivation, and what are you trying to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's complicated, right? It's why I actively, wanted, Flocko's son to be there, to make it. It would have been easy to just be like, here's the thug, here's the villain. But you think about the kids that are beating me and stomping me in the face, and then you think about what the hell did they go through to even make them want to inflict that kind of violence on me. They probably went through something way worse. And I think it starts, like, you're taught hate, you're taught racism, you're taught all these gender roles at a very young age. And so Jay represented the real future. You know, it was like Jay could become Brandon, he could become Flacco. Brandon does become Flacco, he becomes the thing he hates and realizes that, hopefully. Flacco could become Uncle Marlon. Uncle Marlon is, he's set in his ways, that's it. He's a false sage, but he's speaking the truth. And for me, I think that Uncle Marlon, it was a very important character in the sense that there is something about him that is also dealing with like celebrity and manhood, where it's like there's always that like I have that one uncle that I like could not go see. I'm like, why? But you know why, and but it's also like he is equated with like this untouchable like power, and it's like he's got money and he's the shit, and no one fucks with him. So you're growing up surrounded in a place where like you're living in a constant state of anxiety, where like you just, you know, gun violence has like affected everyone and all my friends in some way. That's an easy out. And if you don't have anything and you're an adolescent kind of trying to navigate these like social hierarchies that we've already established that you're just born into, having that, I mean, this is an example of when, you know, there's a lack of a strong female voice to actually say, no, that's really stupid. So, what was I talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. We were just talking about gender and masculinity in this environment and what you're trying to address.
Yeah, and so for me, I mean, hopefully by the end of it, I think that, you know, Brandon, he does get hidden. He stands up for himself. And, you know, but young Jay, for me, the young Flacco's son, makes the most mature decision out of all the men in the movie by not giving his father the gun.
Yo, please welcome Kofi. Kofi's here.
What's up, y'all? He has one show with Oakland.